Hey, I'm Rob, and welcome back to PhotoBite. Sennheiser have just released an update to their MKE 400 microphone to bring it more in line with their MKE 200 that they released a little while back. You can check out our review for that up here. Now, I'll be recording most of this review on the MKE 400 so you can get an idea of how it sounds. I won't be applying any effects to the audio other than maybe a little bit of volume matching throughout. Now, it shares a lot of similarities with the MKE 200, but this time it's an active powered microphone. It's a supercardioid hyper-focus microphone, so you won't get too much background noise and bleed when using it. Like the MKE 200, it sports this enclosed shock mount design, which I was a big fan of in that old microphone, and I'm glad to see it to make it into other microphones in the range. It adds some great resilience to the microphone and some built-in windproofing as well. And unlike those shock mount style microphones, it actually reduces handling noise surprisingly well, seeing as the whole external casing is like one rigid piece. Again, just like the MKE 200, it comes with a nice little bag and the sequel to the world's softest deadcat ever made. The excellent locking audio jacks make a return, which is great to see, which gives you the confidence that everything is plugged in and secure. The old version of the MKE 400 was a lot bulkier and a lot bigger and heavier, and this new design to match it more with the 200 makes it a lot more lightweight, a lot more compactable, and you're less likely to snap or bend any of the parts because it's all enclosed. But yeah, where it differs from the 200 is that now this is an active microphone. You have to put 2 AAA batteries in it, which is a good choice. It means you can have loads of AAAs in your bag, so it's easy to switch them out when you run out of power. The actual microphone element inside this microphone is also a lot larger than the MKE 200, so you'll be able to get a much better frequency range and a much focused and clearer sound out of this microphone, and some extended range. On the side, you'll find a switch with a minus, dot, or a plus. That's your gain level, so you can switch it to a low gain environment or high gain if you need that extra volume. Next to that, there is a low-end roll-off switch, which is great for those really rumbly environments. An LED power button, so you know when it's on. And on the other side, there is a built-in headphone monitoring port, which is really great to see because not every camera has a dedicated headphone out. So this allows you to get monitoring straight out of the microphone itself with great volume control as well, so you can vary the amount coming out your headphones. You're not just stuck with it being either too loud or too quiet. This is a great no-fuss monitoring solution, so if your camera doesn't have a dedicated headphone out, you don't have to get some weird adapter or plug into an external monitor and get audio out that way. You can just go straight out of the microphone and you can hear it clear as day. Now, where the MKE 200 was more aimed towards that vlogger video micro kind of microphone, this is a little bit more higher end. Think something like the Rode video mic or the Video Mic Pro, for example. That's the kind of market they're aiming for this microphone. As you can see, it's a lot smaller compared to the Rode, and it's the same for a lot of these kind of microphones. They're around about this size, so this is actually quite a small package. So I think that covers about all the talking points and features about this microphone. How about we take it out and test it a little bit? I've got the Rode video mic with me, so I might as well do a little bit of a comparison, shall we? Let me give it a little quick test while we're in here so you can get an idea of how both of these microphones sound. This is the Sennheiser MKE 400 and this is how it sounds. This is the Rode video mic and this is how it sounds. This is the MKE 400 out and about. I was hoping for a little bit more wind so we could see how good the wind production is, because there's no wind muff on the microphone right now. There's a little bit of wind if you look at the trees. They are moving a little bit, but I was hoping for a bit more of a gusty experience. What is this? England? Nice weather. It was raining yesterday. As you can hear, the integrated shock mount in this microphone really reduces all those handling noises as I'm like holding the camera and fiddling with it and stuff. You probably can't hear a lot, which is really good, and I'm always surprised by it because this whole shell of the microphone is one solid piece. So you'd think you'd hear a bit more, but I guess the integrated shock mount reduces the amount that gets to the actual microphone itself, which is pretty good. Hey, now you're hearing me on the Rode video mic. Again, I was hoping for a little bit more wind, but this one, if there is any wind, you'll probably be able to hear it a lot more. I also think the isolation on this microphone isn't as good, so you might hear a bit more background noise, and otherwise you'll see for yourselves exactly how it sounds compared to the Sennheiser, as it will sound inevitably different. Now the shock mount on the Rode is quite bulky and is this like spiral, spiny design, so you might hear a little bit more wobbling, a little bit more handling noise as I shake the camera about and fiddle with the cables. That's one benefit you definitely get from the MKE, is that integrated shock mount does the trick. Now this is the Rode video mic with the wind muff on. There's not a lot of wind, it was picking up a little bit, so this is more of a test to see how much dampening the wind muff actually provides on the microphone itself, so you can see the difference. You might hear a little bit less background noise, for example, because it's more muffled, more directed at me. And finally, this is the MKE 400 with that really soft deadcat on, with a bit more wind now. So you'll be really able to see how much the wind reduction does. Another thing that's nice about the MKE 400 is that it comes with both a TRS and a TRRS cable. So you can plug it into a smartphone and really up the audio quality on like your Instagram stories, for example, which is pretty cool. Now, as I always say when reviewing microphones, you should really go for whatever microphone you prefer the sound of, as the sound is so subjective. Obviously, there's other factors that go into which microphone you buy, like the price and the feature set, but really the main focus should be on, does it meet my sound quality needs and does it sound good to me? But my opinion on this microphone though is I really like the sound of it. It sounds super crisp and clear, its directionality is great, it holds up perfect in the wind, even without the wind muff on top. It has great dynamic range, and you can stand quite far away and whack that gain up a bit and it will still sound great. When compared to the Rode, maybe this is lacking a little bit of low end, but it makes up for it as the Rode can sound a little bit muddy to my ears. But that's just my opinion, so let me know which microphone you prefer the sound of in the comments below. Overall, I've been really liking these MKE line of microphones Sennheiser have been releasing. The enclosed shock mount design works surprisingly well. It really gives me confidence when I'm filming, that it's got a bit more resilience so I can knock it around a little bit without worrying too much. And that, along with the locking jacks, which I think every microphone from now on should be doing something like that, as you don't have to worry about thinking that it might be unplugged, as it's impossible to unplug this jack when it's screwed in. The gain symbols on the side might be a little bit ambiguous, but I think this is a conscious decision by Sennheiser to make this microphone as simple to use as possible, as anyone can see these three symbols and know one is low gain, one is normal gain, and one is high gain. And an added step to this one in particular is that inbuilt monitoring, giving you even more simplicity. Having all your audio stuff all in one place when you're filming really gives you the confidence that your sound is dealt with and you can focus on what you're filming. But yeah, as I said for the MKE 200 review, these microphones are absolutely confidence inspiring. But yeah, that has been the MKE 400 by Sennheiser. I've been Rob, this has been Photobite. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if you want to keep up to date with everything we're doing, hit the bell as well. Bye bye.